the March 2023 discussion. So the overview of this projection is going to be on world economy, world news, some inflation impact, which is an idea suggested by a colleague of mine, and a little fun section. So coming to world economic projections, let us have a look at the positive side. We see that the reopening of China's economy from COVID-19 lockdowns is showing out to be a key factor in revision and showing up great resilience. Global economy in general has shown resilience with tight labor markets, household spending and business investment remaining strong. European economies are holding up well against an energy crisis. Coming to the downside, we see that inflation is continuing at high levels, requiring more central bank monetary tightening. So is this high inflation associated to a stagflationary environment, which is low levels of growth associated with high inflation? We have seen an escalation in the Ukrainian war, sudden repricing in financial markets. And now coming to world news, we see the bulls are bidding up steel, metals and mining stock being among the best performing groups and reaching multi-month highs as risk appetite increases across the most cyclical areas. So we've seen dollar weakness and intraday uncertainty being predicted to prevail over longer time frames. The Boeing BA stock ticker was the best performing stock in the Dow after the plane maker and Air India made a historic agreement for the airline to buy more than 200 Boeing passenger jets. And now coming to the inflation impact, I've spoken about a stagflationary environment previously, and I think we would continue the concept of inflation impact on the next video. For now, let's consider the impact of the inflation. So we see that stocks have traded in a wide range as investors reacted to the latest inflation report in February. As CPI came in above expectations, attention is drawn on stocks that is impacted mostly by market expectations on future inflation. When inflation are rising, you have tips that is treasury inflation protected securities versus treasuries also tend to rise. And higher stock prices is also due to rising commodity prices due to inflation. Okay. So now, as a little fun section, I'm going to consider March being the month of women because we have Women's Day coming up on the 8th of March. So we're going to have a little talk on Janet Yellen, who is the 78th United States Treasury Secretary and economist. She was the first woman to head both the U.S. Treasury Department and the Federal Reserve. She follows the Canadian economics and received the Paul H. Douglas Award for Ethics in Government in 2017. It is good to note that in my previous videos I've spoken a lot of hawkish concern about inflation, but Mrs. Janet Yellen follows more of a dovish concern. The dovish concern is instead of central bank controlling inflation by changing interest rates, you go towards job creation and growth instead of that concern about inflation. So yeah, I will end this little video here for today. During the month of March, we'll come up with more content, more specifically on inflation and other financial topics. Thank you for watching.